Okay, this is the Murray Explorer, and I got the painting done. I've got the rims painted. I did something different that I said I would. The company, I'm not trusting the carburetor system, so I went and got the Harbor Freight Predator motor. It's just a direct bolt in. Everything is bolted right onto it. That'll be a brand new motor. I wanted to go over this and show you what it looks like. I did the leopard print in the floor, on the seat. That seat right there is cushioned from a chair. Had a fire a while back, and one of the cushions I kept and just recently cut it up. There's the top headpiece. Since that little back piece right there, you can see some silicone I got on it, and them cracks and areas like that. It's because this is going to be out in the weather, and I don't want this to rust up. Did a lot of work on it, want it to last as long as possible. Got the cover back on it. That's the variable clutch. The motor, pretty easy to hook up. There's a little bolt right there where my finger is. You need to loosen that up because that is activated by this little throttle right here, so you can actually use it. I ran the cable up through here, got it tied down right here, and I kind of got it rigged up in that little area so you can see the throttle will operate right there. Right where my finger is, below that, it's hard to see, there's a throttle ammeter. You have the ability to limit the RPM on this. The idle is right there. I need to put a piece of heat resistant tape right here because the exhaust is going to hit this. I had the paint was mixed up at the Ace Hardware store, and it's a type of a fluorescent green. It's their rust knot paint. It's very good. In fact, I think it's better than Rust-Oleum. This switch no longer works. I wrapped it around right here, got it tied off. The switch now on the motor, and they don't have a way to set it up to run it from the front there. That's a 6 or 8 inch cushion right there. That is marine UV resistant marine vinyl, and what I did is paint it, and then I put that pattern on there, and you can see that it works. It's real pliable. I wanted to go thick on that. Replace the foam in the back, and basically if you pull it off, there's a zipper on that back side, and I just replaced it, trimmed it up, and just put it in there. Added some bracing to the frame, did a lot of welding to it. It was real noisy. I triangulated the steering column right here. It's standing on by itself. I tied it into the floor. The floor is now welded completely instead of being pop riveted in. I used just pieces that I had available, and this back piece was just stuff I had available. I strengthened that top because I screwed it up, and so if it ever does roll over, it should be okay. This is the front tubing off a bumper off a ATV. I notched it down there, you can see that, and just slid it in there and put a clamp on it. Now it's all welded on the bottom side of that, and it worked out real good. I got that bolted in. This front piece right here, beat this on the anvil, got it to slip around, and I welded as much as I could, and still got that pipe clamp on, or that clamp on there. But other than the bird crap on it, it don't look too bad at all. I mean, this just throwing something together. But eventually, I'd like to try out some different motors. I found a motor on the web. It's a diesel. There's a 6 horse and a 9 horse, and that would be neat to try. I like to switch over something that's got electric start and it has a generator system in it. I can run lights and stuff like that. I got some filled these tires back up. Got them filled up with air and all. So I'll need to get somebody to help me take this down. So hopefully what I've done will get this all fixed up, make it last a good long time. Now the motor, I put some break-in zinc additive inside there. I also drilled a little hole right here and through a spring that goes and ties into that right over there. There's some holes right there that this ties into. I wanted quite a bit of spring on that. But this is how it turned out. I think it turned out pretty good. And I had to bust my butt to get it done today. And had to take a motor back to Harbor Freight because the one of them, you'd turn it partially over and it would lock up, and it had a horrible motor or sound inside it. So to take it all off and put it back in a box and run it back over and grab another one. And I got slime in the tires and stuff like that. It's got a neat brace underneath here for the disc brake and the help protect the disc brake and the sprocket right there. But other than that, that's where I'm at. And this will be the final video of this thing. But it turned out pretty good. This is a good cart. This Murray Explorer is a real good designed one. When I'm going to learn how to do notch tubing, and if I ever get another one, I'll just put 3 or 4 tubing sections there and weld them in and do it up the proper way. And that's something I got to learn. I got to learn to weld a little better too. But that'll come about. I got some good ideas I did right here. Putting the pipe clamps on these to keep them together and painting them. But good design. And anybody that's got one out there, you can use some ideas off this to upgrade yours. This is big enough for adult. They're very comfortable, and looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially now I got it done and our family reunion's coming up, so a lot of people will be riding it. One thing I recommend on these motors is drain the fuel when you get through with them. I've had these motors for a while and a ton of problem out of them, but the main cure is get the fuel out of the whole thing. And there's a fuel drain where you can actually turn the fuel off. There's a drain. You see it right there? So here's the bottom that holds the fuel bowl on. There's a drain right there. Just drain the whole thing out. These are non-adjustable as far as having an air-fuel ratio screw right there. It's not there. All you can do is adjust the idle. And that's really messed up a lot of these motors. That Tecumseh that was on there, if it had adjustable carburetor, I'd still be using the motor. But the Tecumseh just got to where it wouldn't idle. I could clean and run it through ultrasonic cleaners and stuff like that, and the carburetor will not clean. So I got to do something else. You can see my other 2 go-karts. Right now, this is where I'm at. I think I'll hang on to this thing. I'd like to find some more of these, build up a few more of them. Anyhow, that's where I'm at, and that'll show you what you can do with yours. So another project in the book. Tomorrow I've got to go do an interview, so maybe I'll have a job before too long. Anyhow, have a good one, and we'll see you guys. Bye.